This is week 7 of fall 2018 semester. I'm just kind of saying it out loud because it's hard to believe that we're already at week 7, which means we're approaching the midterm portion of the class. You worked on a case last week and actually applying the decision-making process and some critical thinking to a case. I put the case out there and wanted you to read it. I walked through the case and the process of doing a case analysis on a video, so you should have watched that. Then you were to think about how you might write a paper on this. There is a rubric inside last week's content, and there's also a specification sheet or a detailed sheet on how you would write the paper. So as you start writing your paper, you're going to be looking and referencing at the notes you took from the online video that I posted, walking through a case analysis. And you're going to start your paper by summarizing kind of what's going on at Southwest Airlines. The next section should be a statement of the problem, which is really not saying what the symptoms are, but more of what is the problem at Southwest. And that should really be framed up in about 1 or 2 sentences. And then you'll go into the introduction of 3 alternatives that might solve that problem. And with each alternative, you will talk about the alternative or the solution that you think might work. And then you'll look at some pros and cons, introduce the next alternative or solution, and then do that for all 3 of those. The last section of the paper then is the solution that you chose from the 3 that you discussed, and then why that's the best choice, how you would actually implement that into the company, and then maybe some desired outcomes or some things that you think will happen based on that solution being implemented. So that's how you write a case analysis. There are plenty of resources inside that folder, so please use all of those and really spend time in there developing that paper. I would love it if you would ask me questions or contact me via email, somehow get in touch with me if there's anything that you don't quite understand, because this really needs to be a well-developed paper. It is worth 50 points. Now this week we're moving into midterm, and you should be studying for your exam. Midterm exam covers all chapters 1 through 9, not 6, but all the other chapters. There's about 31 multiple choice questions, and then there's 4 short answer questions. Make sure your short answer question responses are very well developed, that they talk about an answer to the question. It then develops your perspective on that question, and then you support yourself with examples from the course that we've talked about, like companies like Costco, or you talk about personal experiences that relate to that question. So there's really kind of 3 parts. In order to get full credit, you really need to have a well-developed response that presents an answer, adds your perspective, and then shows examples or situations where you've seen this happen. So make sure that you have all of your references close by when you begin this exam, and that you're really well thought out in terms of the strategy. It is timed at 80 minutes. You have 1 attempt, and there is a password to protect it so that you don't accidentally click on the exam and start it without meaning to. The password will be sent out in an email, but if you're writing it down now, it is MGT, all caps, capital M, capital G, capital T, lowercase midterm, MIDTERM. I'll send it in an email. I'll look forward to seeing you online. You have your paper to get finished up, and you have your exam to take this week, and that's where we'll be with assignments and moving forward after that into the second half of the class. Thanks.